The Mayans MC did not deliver good ratings on the best of its day, so here in this video we are looking at the 10 lowest rated episodes from the series. If you haven't seen the 5 highest, we did that before season 5 begun, make sure to check that out. We might do 10 highest actually after this. But coming in 10th place, we've got episode 9 of season 5, and this one is called I Must Go In Now for the Fog is Rising. That did a 0.524, and it comes in at 10th place on this ranking list. So of course in this episode, Sam Dino kill Felipe, and Easy and Wendy have a wee talk. I mean, that is pretty much it. In terms of, like, you know, the penultimate episode for a series, nothing happened. It was like, here. Did they genuinely think bringing Wendy back was going to carry this episode? And it's not like Sam Dino went on the warpath. They went to try and get Angel, who was out getting a fucking burger, and then Felipe gets killed in the crossfire. Oh man, and then that happened off screen. It's just a collective, man, absolute disaster. But going into 9th place, we're actually going back to season 4, and we're going back to episode 5 of season 4, Death of the Virgin, coming in with a 0.517. If you remember, this is season 4, so maybe it's not as good in the memory for some people, but essentially what happened in this episode, we have the return of Diaz. We have the likes of Canche, Diaz, most of the Mayan presidents, like, discussing in Santa Padre, the clubhouse. Of course, obviously the last couple of weeks have not been good with the whole Randall situation, which didn't exactly do much for El Banquero. Alvarez sends Coco north to Oakland, and then this is when Sam Dino enact their revenge for Montez. So a pretty decent episode, a pretty great ending actually. Coco's death. Remember, people at the time were like, no, Coco's no dead. Of course he's dead. He's got bullet holes in his back, man. The guy can't even breathe. Of course he's dead. If he ain't dead, I don't know what's up with him. He has to be dead. Coming in 8th place, still remaining in season 4, we have got the episode Self-Portrait in a Blue Bathroom. This came in with a 0.511. So again, not, you know, the ratings are only getting worse at this point, so no one be holding it for good ratings. But yeah, not exactly ideal, this one, if we're being honest. I felt this episode, you know, it completely took out the sting of the previous two. Like, episode 1 of season 4 I thought was epic. Episode 2 was like the aftermath, and this one it was like, right, Manny, Angel and Easy, go take care of this guy, get him across the border. Oh no, turns out he's a pedophile. I mean, that's pretty much what actually happened in this episode. I mean, I really did enjoy actually, like, the bonding between, like, Manny, Angel and Easy, but for the, like, in the grand scheme of things, you know, what am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to fucking, you know, go home and pretend that's the greatest thing since sliced bread? I don't think so. Coming in next in 7th place, we have got episode 7 of season 5. We've got To Fear of Death, I Eat the Stars, coming in with a 0.494. Of course, we saw the deaths of Creeper, Adelita, Diaz, Jinx, Jess. Loads of deaths. I mean, the first half of the episode was pretty bad, but the second half, you know, bit of a clusterfuck, but the deaths were pretty good, so I can't really complain. But yeah, it's no surprise for me that after all these deaths, there was an automatic, like, 330,000 increase for episode 8. But yeah, you know, the Mayans has had a trend of, you know, little boosts because something happened in an episode, and then in reality, not an awful lot happened. 6th place belongs to the series finale, Slow to Bleed, Fair Son, and this one did a 0.491. I mean, I thought the series finale would have did, you know, one of the higher ratings that you'd seen in season 5. Turns out it did one of the lowest, which, I mean, based off the season and the trajectory, I mean, I guess we can't really sit here and say that we were, like, massively surprised by this, but at the end of the day, man, it's not really good enough. Like, let's be real, it's not. Like, if someone said to me that the premiere doing a 0.56 would have done more than the finale at the start of this show, I would have laughed. But of course, we know what happens in this episode. The end game, Easy dies, Santa Padre all basically die, Sam Dino get wiped out, Angel lives. That's pretty much it, guys. There's not much else happening for we Ezekiel Reyes and co. So that's your series finale. Coming in next, we've got episode 6 of season 5, We've got My Eyes Filled and then Closed on the Last of Childhood Tears, of course, 0.54. Happy died. That's all that really happened in this episode. As great as the scene was, right? Everything else was absolute filler garbage, and no one can tell me otherwise. And I think the rating suggests that. I mean, I'm glad they didn't hype up Happy, and it was kind of a surprise, even though here on this channel we kind of fucking spoil it for ourselves because our breakdown knowledge of TV shows is absolutely exquisite. But at the end of the day, that's not what we're here for. We're here to discuss the rating. And yeah, so not too bad. Up next, we've got episode 5 of season 5, I Want Nothing But Death, a 0.419. So that's quite a decrease down to the next lowest one. The start of season 5, the ratings were fucking atrocious. So yeah, I think you need to guess where the next ones are going. But for me, episode 5, I Want Nothing But Death, was actually the best episode of the season. I mean, maybe the finale was better, but for me, I think as an overall episode, this one was better. Like, obviously, the finale, you got so much death and things happening, but for me, this was the best episode of the season. And yeah, 4.19 is pretty poor. Third place, though, belongs to, drum roll please, Lord Help My Poor Soul, which is episode 2 of this season, drawing a 0.406. I think it's always to be expected that the dull premiere is going to be affected by the next one, and it's, for my opinion, it's no real surprise that it was coming in here in this place. And it's because obviously people just forget it's a dull premiere and tune it. But I mean, I guess if you're actually tuning in, you'll be like, you know, you're aware it's a dull premiere. But I can kind of forgive that. In this episode, I mean, what happened? Not enough. I mean, Aaron Moore was introduced. Ho, we're going to take out the cartel. Cole paid Angel a visit. There you go. That's what happened. Going in to our top 2. You do not want a spot up here, that is for sure. We have got episode 4, I See the Black Light of season 5, coming in second place with a 0.400. Yeah, this episode was fucking shit. Literally, Easy pays Broken Saints a visit, Lobo dies. That is pretty much the brunt work. No Sam Dino. You know, we probably got Adelita filler in there as well. Miguel and Emily. This was Emily's. This was the period where Emily was going to the fucking grocery store. And is it any surprise that first place is also the other episode she went to the grocery store, and that is Do You Hear the Rain? With the only rating being below a 0.4, it got a 0.399. So as you can see, the hype for this show is fucking dead. Like, look, I'm not saying the ratings got, you know, like into like the 18 millions by like the second half of the season, but the first half, I mean, 4 in a row of 0.406, 0.399, 0.400 and 0.419. Shite numbers, man. But anyway, guys, that is the 10 lowest episodes of the Mayans MC. I mean, most people won't be surprised by this, but that's just the reality. 8 of them were in season 5 and 2 were in season 4. So make sure you stay tuned, and we'll see you very soon. We'll do 10 highest. Not many changes to the original list of the 5, but hey, let's do it.